Mo's challenger, dude. We're off. Dude, everyone's still challenger like level. What the fuck, man? Like,
even like come out with a lead. I think their mid game looks pretty solid, comfortable to C9. Although C9's obviously clean.
great stream, Dom, Monk, and W, and a thumbs up.
I think I would be.
That's how it goes.
Approach they go for. I could see one where you say, okay, we're really good with stable play.
Because no one likes you, XD. Got me. It was actually 3. We're all just clones of the same 3 people. Nice.
That kind of more scaling approach with a Victor, Orianna, or something. But I also wouldn't mind seeing them go really scrappy around top lane and try and get ahead of Licorice and actually outfight Blabber and Licorice.
Twitch client is just dog shit, bro. That's all it is. Also, one thing I've learned is when I do these co-streams, the most valuable team to watch is always TSM. TSM just has the most fans. So whenever the TSM match happens, like my view count goes up by like 1 or 2K.
They don't want to be on the show.
Okay, yeah, I'll do donations real quick. Also, let's do predictions beforehand. I think everyone already predicted C9, and if you didn't, you're delusional. But here you go. Who will win? Dig or C9? And I'm putting mine in. You guys can get a little advantage of the draft. Mine is C9. I think C9 just beats everyone. Rated Ryan, thank you for the $2. So you need a Rumble ban here. Rumble ban from Cloud9, good. Super Ninjaka, thank you for the sub. Kyle TS, thank you for the $3. Crown, thank you for the $5. I choose to not flash it because there's no way Orianna ult before it's. Wait, what? I don't know what the fuck you're saying. L Remzi, thank you for the sub. IL6 River, thank you for the sub. One Hit SSB, thank you for the $3. Makongo 96, thank you for the 2 months, dude. 888 Homunculus 888, thank you for the sub, Tyler. Appreciate it. Safe Travel, thank you for the 11 months. Ice Pink Lemonade, thank you for the 5 months. Okay, here we go. So Tom Kench from Dig, which means that Cloud9's going to try to take the Filio. So normally Dig is probably going to want Tom Kench Senna. So Cloud9's probably going to go for a Philios, and they could go Nautilus here. I was thinking that they might pick their jungler. I guess the Nautilus pick is fine. So Dignitas wants Senna, so they're going to take Senna on this rotation for sure. And then most likely they are going to take, I was going to say priority jungler, but they take GP here, so they're okay with whatever Cloud9 counterpicks into it. And Cloud9 with the Aatrox. Now, this is really fucking weird, because most people consider GP as a counterpick to the Aatrox, but Cloud9 just takes the Aatrox regardless. So, bans in the second phase here. So, I think that Cloud9 should potentially ban Syndra or Orianna. One of those two. You don't need to ban LeBlanc against Froggen. You want to ban Syndra or Orianna here, maybe both. And then the other team should be banning Gragas most likely. So Dignitas should ban Gragas, and then I want to see Cloud9 banning Syndra or Orianna. So there's the Gragas ban from Dignitas. Cloud9 here, I want to see an Orianna ban most likely.
Both teams have yet to lock one in. So they're trying to take away a couple of the damage options.
Full screen? It is full screen. I just got to click it.
Taken away by Dig with the Gragas and maybe Elise to follow.
As Dig, you want to ban LB? I mean, you can. Olaf here from Cloud9. I don't like that really.
Dueling in the jungle, controlling things early on, roaming around with a mid laner. He won't be in this one. But man, Cloud9 has
I think they should have banned the Orianna most likely.
After 3 weeks to play, so very, very scary, this team.
They could ban Elise as well. I mean, Elise is a fine ban for Dignitas here. Like, all I wanted from them was the Gragas ban. This is really choice. So they go with LeBlanc. That's great as well because they don't really play LeBlanc as a blind pick, whereas Cloud9 is really willing to play LeBlanc as a blind pick. So Cloud9 should take Elise here, I think. I think Elise is probably better than Lee Sin in this situation. I think they should take Elise here, personally. But maybe they go Lee Sin anyway because they just really prioritize Lee Sin. But I think Elise rounds out their damage a lot more. They're pretty fucking AD heavy right now. And Elise is good into both, or Elise is fine into both Lee Sin and Rek'Sai, so I don't really like the Lee Sin there. And there's the Orianna that we were talking about from Dignitas. That's why I was saying Cloud9 should probably ban the Orianna, is because that's what Dig wants to play. So into this, you really have choice. If I was Cloud9, I'd probably just go safe. I'd probably go Syndra here, but he goes Zoe instead. Okay, so the two pickable mid laners into Orianna, Zoe and Syndra. So they did some different stuff in pick ban here. There was some weird things that I saw Cloud9 do. One of the things that I thought was weird, I think this Lee Sin could have easily been an Elise pick. And then I think that they should probably have banned probably Orianna at some point because that's Froggen's like comfort pick right now. It seems like that's what he's best on right now. Then the Aatrox into Gangplank was also weird because normally Gangplank is considered to be good into Aatrox, and they opted into playing Aatrox into Gangplank, where normally the way Cloud9 works is they try to get their a counter pick for Licorice on the top side. So there's actually a lot of different stuff here.
The Vel'Koz for Froggen. Bjergsen just completely bullied him.
Oh, the Elise is already banned. Okay, never mind. The Elise is already banned. I didn't see the Elise ban. Because normally they, like, Elise ban in the first rotation is super weird. That makes sense. Then you're forced to play Lee Sin. Actually, are you forced to play Lee Sin? You know what's actually a really good pick here for Blabber, then? Karthus is actually pretty good in that situation. Karthus is pretty fucking annoying to play into. We saw Spirit play it yesterday in the LCK, so he played it pretty well. Yeah, I missed the first ban because I was doing subs and stuff, so I missed early bans, but yeah, I guess this makes sense. I think Karthus would have been really nice here, though. Karthus is super good with, like, Aphelios, too. Because you just have Aphelios look for the Flamethrower ulti. You Flamethrower ulti with the Aphelios, and then you just Karthus ulti on top, and it's, like, a huge pick. Blabber doesn't seem like a Karthus player. I mean, I'm just throwing out, like, good picks, potentially. But if it's just Lee Sin and Rek'Sai up there, I feel like you just take the Rek'Sai because then you get the good side of the matchup guaranteed. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. The Aatrox pick is weird. Post ban, I guess my prediction is still going to be C9. I think C9 just looks unstoppable right now, so maybe they end up losing a game. But generally speaking, they've been really fucking strong. So I think draft is pretty much 50-50 here. I don't think one team like completely shit on the other team in terms of draft. I'd say this is like a completely even draft. Probably one of the best drafts we've seen overall from like one of the from like both teams overall. Like normally we're having a clear winner, but Cloud9's teamwork has just been unstoppable, and Dig has been looking like a little bit sketchy recently. They've lost their last 2 games. They started 3-0 and then they lost to FlyQuest and TSM back to back. So I don't see any, and you saw what Cloud9 did to FlyQuest yesterday. So
he has performed very admirably thus far in the season. They released a couple stories.
There's definitely like a very high chance that Cloud9 just smashes them again, just based off the quality of their players.
I think he's definitely doing the fans justice thus far.
And last
Put the stream in HD.
He was the guy who would always
All right, let's try.
have some really bad games and some really good.
Is it working?
games, but they would always
Clean.
come from the same ballpark. It was always him.
Sometimes it lags though. If it lags, then I'll go back to auto. When did Afro leave 100 Thieves? At the end of the season.
On the same page here.
Got picked up by
20, and it's
Dig.
been a lot of fun to watch.
All right, I will say from the Dignitas point of view here.
So sometimes when I put it on HD, I lag because I have Spectrum, which is like the worst internet service provider in the history of mankind. So yeah, decent auto trades from Niski. Those trades are good for Niski because number 1, he has Corrupting Pot into Doran's Ring, and number 2, he has Airy into Phase Rush. So like auto trades, he's just gonna be applying more damage.
A lot of Gangplanks will just sit back, look for barrel chains later.
Sneaky career in shambles. I mean, he's probably just gonna be a streamer, bro. That's not even career in shambles, by the way. Like he's probably making more money as a streamer than he was as a player.
Getting in for extra autos, using aggressive flashes so that he can secure those kills for the team.
What speeds do I get? The speeds that I get are fine, but the problem is I just like permalag and it just DCs frequently. So the reliability is the issue with Spectrum, not like the speeds. I think I have like 100 down, 20 up or something, but it's just not actually that.
Through the AD lens, considering Senna doesn't quite have the same DPS, the attacks are very slow. It's a boom boom with the auto attack and the Q. But
Dude, Johnson actually looks really good though so far. I was really impressed with even how he played versus TSM yesterday with his whole team running it.
Still, so Grig can't see him with the tremor sense.
I actually love. Oh, bubble does land. Blabber's gonna get him.
Oh, Blabber goes in.
And Grig taken.
Damn, wait, Grig didn't flash?
Blood.
Grig, you got a flash, bro.
Synergy for Cloud9.
Man, Grig's been playing so poorly recently. He played really bad yesterday into TSM. He's playing poorly again. Like he's got the winning jungle matchup and he fucked up already. Ugh, I hate it.
Full attack mode also looks like standing still when you're fighting a.
Yeah.
Either
So clean. I mean, he should just flash though.
A Rek'Sai or a T-Rex, it's the same deal. Blabber stops.
T-Rex side.
As soon as Grig goes up, Niski lands that bubble. That was such a good bubble.
Dude,
over this
look at how early Niski flashed, bro.
distance just to hit Grig with the
Dude, Grig, you can flash, bro. You're okay.
very quick first
No, after the sleep and the Q hits him from Lee Sin. He had he had an ability to flash there. There's no way that he dies, I don't think.
This is not an, oh no.
And he has Nimbus Cloak, and Blabber doesn't, so if they both flash at the same time, he'll be able to outrun Blabber.
Bubbles flying over the wall at all points. Zoe's actually very good at roaming, especially since Cloud9 have achieved the double scuttle.
Yes.
The dream scenario for your early game.
Where is Acadian? Dude, that's what I've been saying since the beginning. I've thought that Acadian was better than Greg for a while, but apparently like they made this decision for a reason.
Want to get back out and create something positive for the team.
Hooney's doing well in this matchup.
Giving a lot of respect to Hooney's barrel chains.
Very much.
He's got the wave.
Here, and that
The wave is good for him, and he's up CS, and he's up HP, so he's doing really well.
out of vision for the side of Dignitas. They have
But Hooney's always been a really good Gangplank player.
top, and the bubble is there. You are quickly going to find yourself
Last year he was like GP Rumble, like people were just banning both against Clutch because he was so good at both.
side, and you'll see in bottom lane here is Finn.
Doesn't Zoe just grab his flash? Yeah, but he dodges the Zoe Q, and then Zoe doesn't have damage.
I want to highlight here. Top side.
Over the wall, Blabber tries to make the moves. Hooney's going to be forced away from this turret.
Oh my god, there's a redemption.
Down. It's like an artillery strike. It's not going to find the kill, but Greg is now in.
Man, Greg, dude, why are you running it? Why do you have to run it so hard for fun? You get the counter pick. You got counter pick.
By a turret.
And this game has
Man.
encapsulated what C9 have been doing to the entire LCS. They see someone and they just start.
It's
slapping
triggering me.
them back to base.
Because I think Greg is like actually good. I just feel like he's just not
Force them down
playing well
and
right now. He's
also
just like
the turret
choking on stage or something.
some minions, forcing them back to
Does
base.
Hooney actually have to flash there? Yeah, he does.
What I was trying to
Licorice and Blabber both have flash. If he gets within like flash auto range, he's just dead. He has to flash. Hooney has to flash 100%. Greg doesn't need to flash at all.
To back up my point that I was talking about roaming for this Zoe, if the Zoe
What do I
gets
think about
back to
Froggen?
money and you're
I have like the same opinion as I had of him last year. I think he's like probably like 4th, 5th best mid laner. Probably 5th best mid laner in the league right now.
Niski starts moving
It's
around.
probably
He's in base
Niski's number 1,
now,
then
and
Bjergsen's number 2, Jensen's number 3.
Niski,
Number 4 would be
champion.
most likely
Around the bottom side.
Power of Evil,
Drake is up.
and then number 5 would be Froggen. The split so far. That's what I would say.
Bottom side is where the second Scuttle Crab is going to spawn. You can see Blabber is already there to be able to pick that one up when it does show.
So I underrate
Up into the river
Froggen.
along with Vulcan here, and they'll have control over that Mountain Drake pit.
I mean, obviously I don't think I'm underrating Froggen because that's my rating.
The lowest DPS strat
Crown,
as
good
well,
one,
so
good one, chat,
zero
good one.
problem taking that up with safeguards. Greg actually goes for anything here. They do Prey Seeker, but they're a little bit late for the steal.
Oh, but they're not too late to potentially get caught out. Dignitas doing a good job disengaging. Blabber down to half.
Oh, there's the Gravitum, the root.
Root comes out.
Oh, and the fucking downtown bubble from Niski.
The bubble. Afro moves
Oh man, he didn't flash either. Oh, he's flashing after everything hits him. Ah, I see. I know he was rooted for a second there, but there was a small window to flash that he didn't take.
Over the wall.
Who's the 10th best mid
On
in LCS right now?
and allow the cooldown for
Probably Ica and Ryoma are the worst two that I've seen.
But
I'd give Crown like 8th
the flash
right now.
Afromu with his Q placement kills him upon arrival. And it's starting to come true flowers. Even though the kill
Opinion on
is
Vulcan, he's the
actually
best support
over
in
Vulcan,
NA right now.
the extra money.
He's playing
Still
extremely
counts,
well this
still
split.
counts, and C9 very happy to get the extra leeway here. Let's take another look. So Dragon goes down.
I'll tell you where Afro could have flashed. I mean, he could have flashed. There was like a lot of opportunities he had to flash.
So they go for the harassment. And just
So
like
obviously,
on that minimap,
he should be flashing this bubble here.
lane roam,
But even after the bubble, after he gets rooted here,
over the wall, and then look at his Q. He already is placing it this way.
he can flash there
towards where
before it
Afro
hits.
is going to
Oh wait, no, actually Niski mad lifed
even
him?
though he does afterwards, still gets him on the kill.
I don't know what
Eh,
you're doing there.
I mean, he just had to flash the bubble.
Obviously, you're
Then
not gonna go in
he
and
definitely
flash
should
that
live there,
point
but
because Griggs already used flash.
after he gets hit by the bubble, I guess he's just dead.
100%, even if he gets it. It seemed like
Golden Glue 6. I mean, I think Golden Glue I would give like 6th or 7th right now, based off how he's playing. Like, I don't think Golden Glue's been playing bad.
is not what
Even though his score looks bad.
against a team that's going to snowball the game like Cloud9.
Yep. When
Do I have a guest so far
opponents are
this
stronger
week?
than you and have better positioning on an objective. In the early game, you don't try and contest it if the opportunity is not there, right? You try and create something on the other side of the map. But Dig have been just full defense loves thus far in the
What?
game.
Okay,
Right
so
now,
I have a good fucking guest lined up for this week of the Crackdown. I might just announce it here in a second.
Does a good job of blocking for Frog and making sure no more damage is coming in.
Okay, so Berlin time 7 p.m. is what time for me? I gotta figure that out. Dude, Blabber plays so aggressive. I love it though.
try to disengage.
I think they lose this fight. They just run with the Herald. It's a big enough play.
That is a one fight for the side of C9 and Afro
Is it
Move
perks?
might be yet
Shut up,
another trophy.
chat. Let me fucking announce it, all right?
Still gonna provide some extra DPS. The Chakram's not quite enough. Sven's got a whole orbit of those things around him as Huni continues to walk away back into the top side.
Let me just check for myself. Let me just not trust chat for a second.
Yeah.
He goes in, not only does he get the kill on the enemy jungler within his own team.
So it's 9 hours. Okay, so
Cloud9 walk away with pretty much all the resources here. So gonna have a reset for Dignitas, and they really need to take a deep breath because look at the way this game is going. Vulcan does get the hook afterwards onto Orianna. Blabber goes in, 100% to 0.
well played from Blabber there. I saw it on the first one. He steals the Rift Herald and
his job is done.
yeah.
He killed his opponent and
Kills the fucking jungler, gets the Rift Herald. I mean, he's just outclassing. He's outclassing the fuck out of Grig this game.
Re-engaging to push them off of Summoner's Rift and back to the base.
All right, everyone fucking okay. Yeah, this week on the Crackdown, we're having Perks on our show. The greatest European player of all time. Perks is on our show this week on Wednesday.
And there we go. One plate down, almost through that second one. A little bit more. There we go.
The fucking
Shelly
goat.
just bringing in the bank for Cloud9.
Talk to me about the feeling of being in range of a Rift Herald smash on turret plates, by the way, because that
The Umayan himself, bro.
very satisfying.
I'm super excited.
They nailed it on the audio.
Like that shit is so cool for me because I'm somebody who obviously like watches a bunch of Pro League, so I love Pro League, and it's like, damn, I get to fucking have an in-depth conversation with the best European player to ever play at this point. That's crazy.
But that is a summoner spell expended. Niski will just head home and heal up as Blabber shows up into the lane to
That's
cover
Expeke,
point.
you're
Also
crazy.
sitting down some vision in the enemy
Perks has played 8 splits
They're very aware
of
somebody's coming
LEC.
Okay.
He's played 8 splits of EU LCS.
They need to refocus
He's won
here
6.
because Cloud9,
He's won 6,
are running this game so far.
and he's played with 4 different rosters.
Huni on Gangplank, scaling on bottom side with the teleports for
You paid him $500 for that interview? No, no. I asked him as soon as I created the Crackdown with Thorin. He was one of the first people I asked. He was literally, I think, the first person I asked. I was like, "Yo, are you down at some point to come on my show?" And he said yes.
Helps them both in the 1v1 with Aatrox for the extra healing reduction to try and find superiority in the side lanes. And it's gonna delay his Trinity Force a little bit. So
On 2
not
fucking
gonna
rolls
see
too.
Bigger barrel chains coming through for team fights quite as quickly, and that really does put more emphasis for Dignitas on really trying to stop the bleeding here. As Cloud9 keep pushing the tempo of this game.
Came in 3rd, and those 2 he didn't win. No, he made the finals and lost the Fnatic in 1, and then the other one he got like 5th. He lost in quarters.
Up towards Seoul. There very quickly is always a new neutral objective for the team that is ahead.
All right, back to this game. Back to this game.
Licorice being collapsed.
Oh, okay, so he's flashed. Oh my God, Grig, you're just getting slapped all over, bro. Let's be honest. You played the counter matchup here, and you were just getting hard slapped by this guy.
He had to feel that
Blabber is just dicking Grig.
back of his neck. Huni walks away,
Crazy.
but Battlestar nearly finds him.
A little bit wide there. C9 come to Licorice's defense and get him out alive. Dig's still kicking. See what they can do with it here. Froggen trying to hold on.
Remember Expeke AD carry? I actually watched the clip of Expeke AD carry recently.
Left on it. One turret
Like the team fight where he just doesn't move. He doesn't kite at all. He just auto attacks the entire time. That was actually funny as fuck.
When your mid turret goes down, it opens up your entire jungle to invades. And that is just so devastating when you're facing a Zoe.
Dude, Froggen CS is really good though. That's one thing that Froggen's always good at. He's good at CSing.
Taking this point of power,
Johnson hasn't made a mistake yet this game,
removing their mid lane defense
but his team fucking blows.
of that outer tower.
Two things Dignitas got going for him. Froggen has much better farm than Niski does. But Huni's in a lot of trouble here. Licorice.
Good night.
Niski, the whole
Good
Goon
night.
Squad showed up, and that's easy money for them. They'll be able to push onto this turret now as well. Still 40 seconds.
See, like this is the thing about Froggen. Like he'll play well in lanes like this, and obviously there's not much he can do, and his jungler just ins his lane. But it feels like he'll never like make plays that are like sacrifice plays in order to like win the game. It's kind of how I feel about Froggen. He won't do like the
for it.
the play that might make him look a lot worse, but could potentially win the game, he'll never go for that. He'll just play consistently, like solid, and when he loses a game, you can never say it's his fault normally, unless he's playing Echo, in which case he just deserves 100% of the blame.
Mid laners have been constantly roaming ever since DoinB and FBX kind of
Dig exposed or what? I mean, I didn't think Dig was ever really that good.
Many lessons were learned in those times. But
The highest I had them was like 3rd when TL was just inting.
well, but the thing is, you also got to consider.
Neither does Bjergsen. I mean, you literally watched Bjergsen play fucking Orin today and do that actually, like,
You've got a 30 CS
literally the previous game. Less than an hour ago, you just watched Bjergsen do that.
despite the fact that Blabber has been
Like, when do you see Froggen playing Orin mid for his team and making plays? You just will never see it.
on that Ophelio.
You give him Orianna, you give him Vel'Koz,
Sure that they're getting
you give him
across the map for
his
sacrifices, as you said.
Anivia in certain situations,
Side of Dignitas, that is the first
and he'll play solid, and he'll do damage.
14 and a half minutes into this game, nearly 3,000 gold ahead of Dig.
Yep, well earned by them.
Bjerg haters always hit. Dude, Bjerg haters are everywhere.
He went full flat attack damage.
Like,
before the
he is so,
conversation on
for how good Bjergsen has been, how good of a career he's been, people shit on him so much. It's crazy.
But now that the Essence Reaver is done,
Bjergsen can't play assassins and he can't flank.
the team fight as well.
All right, dude.
See if they can actually find more picks.
You guys are
He's
correct.
holding on to a ghost with Zoe, which is very useful.
Why does Greg look like McLovin?
For those bubbles.
What, McLovin with a beard, maybe?
Remember that when Zoe uses the stolen ability.
Prediction for C9 versus TSM next week?
It's a quick burst of speed.
I think C9 will win pretty easily. I mean, C9 just looks so far above every other team.
You're not as fast as you would be throughout the rest of the duration of the spell, so
His international career has been pretty dog shit, though. I mean, go back and watch a lot of the international matches he played.
The Zoe ghost.
He's played pretty well internationally individually. It's just his teams have lost. I mean,
The perfect
I don't know what to even say about that.
start, and you get that nice boost.
just a little bonus.
Dude, this Rek'Sai is going to be useless this entire game.
He's got that. Redemption now locked and loaded too.
Like, how worthless is this champion going to be? He's level 8, bro. He's level 8 at fucking 15 minutes, and all he has is Warrior and a Ruby Crystal. He is so doomed.
On Soul Point if they get this third. Dignitas, they know they're pretty far behind, but do they want to even try to fight?
I also like the adaptation from Blabber in this matchup. He goes Conquer like normal on Lee Sin, but in the matchup where he's playing against a Rek'Sai that wins trades, he took Bone Plating to be able to survive 1v1s.
That is Shelly number 2 of this game going over to the C9 side.
It's actually so ridiculous too when Zoe gets redemptions. He's not worried at all about the back half of that trade where, oh, Johnson's going to hit me with a Q because I go in for this big trade on Aphromoo. Just heal back up to full with your own redemption that he's able to pick up. And there it is. That last defense we were talking about with the mid turret for Dignitas just went down. C9 now can use this priority, setting up for the dragon. This is number 3, setting up for an infernal. And they should be able to take it here. Harassment being pelted out.
One important thing to remember is when Lee Sin has Rift Herald, if a team fight breaks
Okay,
out,
Vulcan's
he
engaging.
has no trinket.
This is kind of weird. This is such a weird angle.
Turret placed down by Aphelios.
I mean, Dig is like, they're stalling out the game decently. The problem is that, like, fuck, man. You have a Rek'Sai that's just lost early game so hard. Like, I feel bad for the lanes here because Greg really just into the game alone.
They've got to get the ball to somebody.
Would I rather have Aphromoo or Smoothie? Smoothie for sure.
You can see Blabber summons Shelly. She'll just
That's a bad ult from Sven. I think the flamethrower ulti there is so wasted.
hanging out on the backside of the pit. Look at the damage with Johnson down to 100 HP. Dignitas.
Yeah, Dig has to give this.
No fight left in him.
Literally got fucking nuked from Africa by Zoe.
Give it up. This, thankfully, at least for Dig, is not the actual soul, but the actual soul is coming pretty quick. 5 minutes, start the timer, Flowers.
That's a potential 22-minute Infernal Soul for the side of Cloud9.
Do you think that Bjergsen committing to TSM as a player says something about him? Yeah, it says that he thought that Sven and Mythy, who were the best bot lane in the West, in EU, which is a better region than NA, he thought that they wouldn't run it down on his team. That's what he thought. He was wrong.
Mid lane turret opens up the map, but they don't have the sides to run to either. Cloud9 will be looking.
Well, I think that the Aphelios ult really did nothing there.
Starting off with some of the
Like, is Aphelios ult that bad at this point where you're just going to use it for like 100 damage on one person? I feel like the root is more valuable at that point.
Even though Cloud9 hadn't pushed the other lanes as quickly, Now they've got Sven and Vulcan up there on top side. Niski getting into the mid. So C9 can push them all out and then collapse on Grig, who's going for a risky scuttle.
Grig finally wants to get himself a crab this game.
He finally wants to get himself a crab. That's jungle reality right here.
Just in the nick of time.
Yeah, and Mike Young ran it down that same split. Oh my god, bro. He's playing with 3 people that are inting for fun. And then people are flaming him. Crazy.
Price just goes through the roof.
I hate going to the grocery store in my team's
And then he's up 7k gold in finals versus TL. Game 5. And then Sven just fucking runs it down again. Like, come on, man.
Still need plenty of time to scale up these carries. Hooney still with
Woo!
just now got that one done. And
Fucking Johnson, man. He is getting just... This must suck to play AD carry and just have your jungler run it down. And then you're just fucking sitting there like, hey, man, now their Zoe can just one-shot me from across the map. Like, how do you even play this game as a Senna? He hasn't died yet, though. He somehow survived.
Blue buff on Zoe, too, can just keep throwing them out. Honestly, the Baron can't spawn quick enough for C9. The crab meat, the expensive crab meat is well purchased there by Grig. He took the risk.
Okay, so
give them some solid vision.
C9 with the advantage still.
So freaking scared.
There's no extra Herald, so if you're C9 here, you probably won't be able to do Baron in the next, like, 2 minutes. Baron's pretty hard to do now. Mountain Drake doesn't help you kill Baron anymore. So C9's just going to play for their Infernal Drake win condition. Once, yeah, they're going to try to set up, get vision control over the Infernal Soul, and then they're just going to play for that in 2 minutes when it spawns, 2 minutes, 30 seconds when it spawns. So right now they're just farming. Hopefully, like, Sven is going to be able to get a BF sword before that. Probably not IE, but he'll probably have BF sword for that. So BF sword, pickaxe, and Essence Reaver. And they'll reset, and then they'll just position for the Infernal Soul. They get the Infernal Soul, they win the game. And Dig has to contest it. So you can pretty much just play for the fight, and even if you don't get the soul, you can probably win a fight hard enough to get Baron. So you literally just play for the fight, and you set up vision because you're stronger, and it just screws the enemy. Like it's a lose-lose situation for Dig, because if they play for the soul, if they play to deny the soul, then they probably are going to lose the fight. And if they play for the fight, then they probably lose the soul, and then even if they win the fight, they will probably lose the game by the enemy team just having an Infernal Soul. Especially like on champions like Zoe, Infernal Soul is so annoying.
You don't fight over, you go for the smite.
Okay.
Sven has to flash here, or what? Oh, he's just running it down. It's okay though. It's like even if he dies here and like leaves and has both of his summoners up, it's really not that big of a deal. Oh, they're TPing in with Aatrox. They're turning this into a fight. Damn. Grig is dead, but he doesn't matter anymore. Honestly, this is okay. Honestly, that's a win for Dig. I'd say at this point. I'd consider that a win if I was Dig. Because there's 2 summoners used from Sven. TP is used. Vulcan uses both summoners, and all you lost was your jungler. Honestly, I think Grig dying might even benefit them. They might have a better chance to win the team fight 4v5 than 5v5 at this point.
There's a possibility for Dig. Hooney has finally gotten his Trinity Force completed for the Gangplank, so you can have a decent backline threat. Again, Froggen looking for a game-winning shockwave for them. It is going to be super difficult because they don't have a great delivery system, right? Rek'Sai is not that quick at getting in, and Grig himself used Flash in the last
Okay, so Infernal Soul up in 38. Let's see this fight. Let's see how they prepare for it.
Hope for a comeback in this game.
C9 wants to get vision control. Sven didn't sell his fucking Doran's Blade for a pink ward here before the soul. If I was a coach, I'd be very upset. You don't need the Doran's Blade at this point. You need the vision. So they actually get priority over the mid wave here. So they're going to get the inside track, where normally I don't think they should be able to do this.
We're just about 23 minutes in. Drake about to spawn. It's Dignitas with priority over the river, and Blabber chunked down to half HP by the Dignitas roster. Licorice is coming around from the other side. It could be a
so Johnson had to go first item Edge of Night after his Mana Moon because of the fact that the Zoe bubbles have been so annoying for him. Okay, and Hooney loses his flash for nothing there.
Definitely a valuable cooldown here for this very important team fight. Infernal Soul could be game-breaking for Dig.
Okay.
Gets devoured, and that's going to be a long cooldown.
So no W on Tom Kench. So C9's gonna start this. So now this is where Dig has to like make the choice. You play for the fight, or you try to play to deny the soul. Which one do you do? Because right now it's pretty rough for you. And look at Aatrox positioning. Aatrox positioning for the flank on Froggen. Dude, Licorice. Yeah, this is exactly what I said. If you play for the fight, you probably lose the fight and you lose Baron. But if you play for like the dragon, you probably just lose the fight and lose Baron anyway. So it's just a lose-lose. Like you have to try to play to like somehow steal it. But yeah, like I don't know, it's just so fucking unlucky at this point. There's just no good option. It's just a lose-lose. Sven KDA. No, actually Sven's KDA is the same because one death and 0 death is considered the same for KDA. Yeah, see, they're saying it right now. His KDA is actually the same. Really good positioning from Licorice, dude. Like, Froggen clearly just does not expect the Aatrox to be here.
Froggen find the shockwave to change the game. He does find the shockwave to kill the carry, but it doesn't change the game. No. Because C9 still
Feels fucking bad, dude.
Except for Grig, and they still get the Infernal Soul.
And Grig had no way to even try to steal that. His smite wasn't ready. He had.
Is Grig worse than Rush? All right, let's calm down here.
Okay, sure. All right.
We got to see Echo Fox last year. Thank God. It's a blessing for all of us that we don't have to see them play again. Rek'Sai useful? Yeah, Rek'Sai is just trash. Like, you gotta really win it. Like, the only way you can win with Rek'Sai is you have to play like Smithy played today and just stomp the whole fucking early game alone.
You have a Zoe. You have vision control over Baron.
Level 10 versus level 15? Ah, the life of a jungler. The thing that's crazy for me is not that Grig is level 10. I'm okay with Grig being level 10 because he entered the game. He deserves to be low level, right? Like, this is his fault that he's level 10. I'm not okay with Blabber being 160 CS. 5 kills, 1 death, 3 assists. Why is he level 11 to level 15? Why is he level 11 when he's played so well? Like, what do you want a jungler to do in the game? You're telling me the AD carry that's only farmed 0, 1, and 3 died at the beginning of the last team fight? You're telling me that that guy deserves to be higher level than Blabber? Fuck no. Fuck no. That's some bullshit.
Themselves the game in the palm of their hands, man. It is up to them to lose. I think it's legitimately out of Dignitas's control now.
Uh-oh. Oh, he's got QSS. He's got to use it on himself. There he did.
Make some sort of an error, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen here just yet. Johnson's under pressure. Licorice forces him to flash away.
I feel like Sven uses the Infernum ulti too much. I feel like they're just grabbing him every time when they're not grouped up like that.
No ultimates there. That was also the Gangplank ultimate. The theory right there for Dig, they try to use GP ult to slow Licorice enough that he stays in.
Give more experience on kills? No, fuck that. Give the jungle more experience. Blabber has 160 CS. Why? He's 160 CS. He's 5, 1, and 3, and you're telling me that he deserves to be level 11? He just got level 12. It's bullshit. Yeah, I know he didn't have Gravitum there, but he should like be prepping it before the fight. Vulcan? That's a risky turn. Also, like, the Baron was super low. They should have just finished Baron there, I think.
All the damage from Niski off to the side of this fight. Soaking, well, it's a waterfall. You ain't gonna soak that up. That's so much damage from Cloud9, and they're right back on the Baron.
Aatrox 6 levels ahead of Lee. He's 4 levels ahead. That's not good math, my friend.
That's gonna be 2 more kills from C9 and the Baron, and this is looking like a Baron power play that might end with a Nexus kill, my friend.
We could very easily see this game end under 30 minutes. One big push from Cloud9 to take Dignitas down.
Let's take a look. Even though he doesn't hit the champion, he hooks the wall there from Vulcan, so he's in the fight. He gets the ult there to secure a kill onto Rek'Sai when Blabber goes in on Lee Sin. And you're talking about the waterfall on the left side of your screen there. Niski is able to drown him.
And one thing I'd like to point out, right
It is a stomp, yeah, it's pretty stompy.
You know what? Yeah, this game's over.
How'd I rate Froggen? I mean, I've answered this question like 15 times today. I said that I think that he's like, he is like a,
It's not really BM. If you're
like
this
fifth best mid laner, 4th best mid laner, something like that, I would say.
It's actually efficient.
But whatever.
Why does Riot hate junglers? I don't know, bro.
I know I'm being BM.
The BM to me.
Riot is just so delusional about the jungle role. Like, they keep Shaco so nerfed all the time, and it's like, Shaco has like never picked a competitor. They nerfed Echo this patch, and like Echo wasn't top tier at all. Like, no one was playing Echo. This is still the patch before the Echo nerfs. You don't see any goddamn Echo. You see Lee Sin, you see Rek'Sai, you see Elise, you see Olaf, you see Gragas, you see Set Jungle. You literally never see Echo. And they're like, yeah, no, we need to nerf nerf Echo's jungle clear. It's just too fucking OP. They're just so delusional. This is what happens when you have silver players balance the game.
I'll outplay you. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Well,
But Echo is OP in solo. How's he OP in solo queue? What?
so well set up in this
Like he's the same to play against in solo queue in my opinion. I play against Echo all the time. Like when another person plays Echo into me, I'm like, nice, I get a free win.
inhibitor turret down to half.
I'll just play one of the 6 champions that's better than him, and then I'll just
Barrels to try
get
to
ahead.
clear these waves out. Rayseeker finds its way onto a cannon mini, but it's
I'd say Karthus is better than Echo too.
actually kill these things. More damage coming through. Moonlight Vigil not going to get a hold.
I think people are just really bad at the game, and that's why they think that Echo is broken in solo queue. Like they're just bad at jungling or something. They're like because Echo has to do like the same clear almost every game, and it clears relatively slow. And the W is really easy to avoid. I don't know.
First inhibitor falls, second one's in their sights. Then continues applying the auto attacks with the Infernum, getting the extra splash if anybody stands too close. And C9 have 2 inhibs for free. And,
Spirit Smurfed with Karthus in the LCK today? Yeah, I watched it. Played Karthus into,
So chooses. They can go get that before the end of the game.
Yeah, Baron's
what did he play Karthus into? I think Rek'Sai? Not sure.
more seconds with it left on, so the push
Yeah, he smurfed that game.
a halt.
Popped off.
For me,
They're into Zyra Khan bot lane, I remember that.
well, they're just going to instantly take it before it starts to get there. So, you know what? No analysis needed. It's just too easy. They have so much damage.
Oh, it was Elise. Yeah, it was Elise. Yeah, they counterpicked with Elise, and then he still smurfed on it. True.
Executed here. Dig lying in wait inside their base.
Playing against Zyra Khan bot lane too.
Homework delivered to you. It's super minion duty.
Can you co-stream LCK? Nope, not allowed.
3 minutes.
Forbidden tweet. Oh god, what is Forbidden tweeting?
Almost perfectly synced. As soon as Elder expires, Baron is up. So somehow, if Dignitas managed to weather this storm, you've now immediately got
Grig the Griefer.
Or, how about this?
Okay.
If they make the miracle.
I'm gonna respond.
ultimate
Keith?
Optimist, yeah.
They managed to ace them at the end.
Yeah, they wait for the Elder Dragon about to time out, and they find the miracle fight, then they get a Baron reward.
Said Keith McGrief or Greg the Griefer. Pick your poison.
You gotta
There
throw
we
in
go.
some M. Night Shyamalan style twist in your story.
You gotta have the hardiest, strongest.
So are you getting paid to stream LCS, or are you paying Riot?
But maybe they can. Maybe
Those
they
are my
can.
only 2
This is a
choices?
squad that impressed people.
Shit.
Like I said, in those
I don't fucking know.
things have been a little shaky.
I don't think either is happening. I think I'm just co-streaming it.
Cloud9 now looking to put another one in the L column for Team Dignitas.
Oh my lord, the fucking
Trying to make the moves. Remember,
licorice play over the wall.
20% HP, they are gone. The Dragon breathes the laser, and they're back in the fountain. Cloud9 pushing on to that last remaining tier 2 turret. They'll take it down. And now the final inhib is the target. Infernal Soul, Elder Drake. A massive 11,000 gold lead.
I hope he dies for this.
He's at 80%, and he knew he had to stasis, or he dies to that sleepy trouble bubbles.
Yeah, I agree. You don't wanna go in your sleep, so go into gold mode. Survives to see.
Yeah, this game was a fucking stomp. I mean, Greg just ran it down so hard early game, it was just impossible for Dignitas to play.
Still standing, but it doesn't matter.
Falcons go
Oh my god, Blabber is fucking going in.
the execution. He is dominating. Hooney's in the back line.
Oh god, this is just a slaughter.
Just breathing fire on all of Dignitas. It's a double for Niski, and it's an absolute slaughter for Cloud9. Dig will lose their remaining inhibitor. They will lose their Nexus turrets, and they will lose their 3rd game here in spring 2020. Cloud9 pushing on to the next.
Uh-oh. That's a dead froggin.
Go for the dive. They make it happen, and they are.
Niska's got a Soul Stealer 19 stacks. They just don't give a fuck.
So you know how. all
Froggen
the
still has a
pros
hole. I mean, there's nothing they can do there.
anything that
Froggen
is
can't do anything that game. He literally just got griefed so hard by his jungler. His jungler just started into his lane from level 1.
Like, Cloud9 actually legitimately look like they are a Smurf team in the LCS with how they've dominated
They look like a Smurf team,
the
true.
beginning here. Like the beginning of spring has been C9 in a league apart almost.
Dude, like Blabber and Greg never were on the same organization or anything, right? He just hugged him because he felt that bad for him.
Is a play-in team.
He's like, I am sorry I shit on you so hard in front of so many people. I am sorry, dude. Here's a hug. That's the best I can do for you.
This team has been so much fun to watch. They are playing so well together, and they're just playing some damn fine League of Legends. 19 stacks when the dust settles on Niski's Soul Stealer. Then, as you said, finally, 1 in the death column there for him.
But
Yeah, that was
you divide by 0. We don't.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
But
That's pretty bad from Greg.
Same as dividing by 1. So it's KD.
Who's looking like the worst jungler in LCS right now?
Jiggle the numbers a little bit.
Yeah. We just
It's got to be Greg, right?
But I'm
Who else could be looking worse than him?
He went 0-1 and 7 that game. I think that
Smithy played pretty well today. Meteos has been looking pretty bad. It's probably Greg and Meteos are the two worst
By the way, with
that
the
I've seen
record,
so far.
Tovi from the LCK.
Who else? Am I missing anyone?
I knew it was over 100. I didn't know how far over it was specifically.
Wiggly has looked bad as fuck too, actually. Yeah, those three look bad.
Without dying.
Yeah, now he actually.
Wow,
can-
I don't even know who's the worst out of those three. Surenfire has looked like kind of bad. I don't know, man. There's a lot of junglers that are running it. It's really hard to play jungle with like no experience if you're not mechanically dominant.
Awesome thing to hear when your guy who's popping off every single game says, no.
Wiggly literally into like 3 games. I mean, Meteos is into like 4, hasn't he? It's pretty rough.
Things down to Latigris, who is standing by for an interview.
Latigris.
Well, of course, I did have to get some words from Niski after that performance, but it is a team effort indeed. First things I want to hear from you is going into this, many had the question of, how much was it Svenskir and how much was it Niski during the last season? I think it's safe to say you've proven yourself so far. So what do you make of the new
I don't like that question.
permanent partnership with Blabber?
I think after last year, I feel like me and Svenskir were actually really good during the summer split. So this year, I really wanted to make sure that Blabber kind of, I won't say was as good as Svenskir, but even better, because Blabber's early game is actually really insane. And if I can control him, or if the team can control him in mid game, then he's just, one of the best.
She's yoked. Yeah, she looks pretty jacked.
Yeah, I thought I was going to come into this interview and tell you, oh, you still have the entirety of your games played without a gold deficit. Technically got broken this game, but overall still as solid of a performance as some others. So does this pose any issues as far as how to practice when you do have to eventually maybe come from those behind situations?
I cannot really tell right now, because, I mean, we're usually not behind, so, like, the issue doesn't come. But I feel like in practice, sometimes we're behind, and we really try to get as much as we can out of it, because we're usually not behind, right? So, yeah, I think whenever we're behind in practice, if we keep going like this, then even if we're behind, we can always come back from games.
Now, in the mid lane position, it's really easy to get distracted with some of the names we have out there.
These questions are
dog.
dog.
Splash. You have the title-written Bjergsen. You have the MasterCard Player of the Week Froggen from week 1. But where do you
I'll say what I want to say
feel that
after
you stack up in the mid lane?
the interview.
I think for now, it's fair to say that I'm the best. I think for now, I do feel like in playoffs, Jensen usually plays really well. And I mean, we saw it last year, right, in finals. He kind of outclassed me, I guess. So I think if we win the split, then I can officially say that I'm the best. But I feel like it's really fair to say that right now, at this moment, I'm the best, yeah.
But the crazy thing is, we're hearing that sentiment not just from you on your team, but so many of your teammates. So having that individual performance work so well for each of you as a collective, what kind of empowerment does that offer you as a team?
I mean, it kind of offers the fact that even if one guy ends, like the other side of the map can carry, or like, for example, if I end, then Licorice will carry, and then it's just vice versa, right? So I think we can just carry from every role, which is really insane, I think. And yeah, that's it.
So the message is, if you run into him and have him on your team during solo queue, feel free to end because he's got your back. But for more on the breakdown of this game, let's send it over to the State Farm analyst desk.
So what I don't like about that whole Niski Svenskarian thing, where it's like, all right, like, we got to figure out who was actually good last split. Like, one of you is good, the other one's shit. Like, I just don't like that narrative because Svenskarian was very good last split, and so was Niski. Niski was very good last split. When you're playing on a bad team like Svenskarian is, it's really hard to look as good. So for me, that's just like, it's just like such a weird question. It's like, why is it like this constant thing where it's like, oh, yeah, nah, I was the one that was actually carrying Svenskarian that whole time. I don't know. It just seems fucking, like, weird. I just don't like questions like that because I feel like it just rewrites history to some degree. Like, Sven got MVP for a reason last split. He was playing phenomenally well. He was playing like the best player in the entire league during the regular season last season. And even in playoffs, he played pretty well. So, I don't know. I just think that on a team, that's just not how it works, right? It's like, it wasn't like whenever, like if I was on a team, right? For example, it's not like with Dignitas when Voidboy left, right? For COG, and Crumbs joined, we actually performed better with Crumbs than we did with Voidboy. but that didn't mean that Crumbs was better than Voyboy. Like that's just not how things work in team environments. Like certain times people's strengths like match up better. It's like, oh, like maybe like Niski is really good at certain things like calling out summoners or like calling out like ward positions and making it really easy for his jungler to gank, so it helps like Svenskeren in that way. And like Svenskeren was really good about like leading Niski in certain parts of the game that Niski might have been less good on. Like there's just like a whole dynamic that you're kind of missing when you ask a question like that. That's just my opinion on it. Anyways, I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick and then I'll be back to stream the rest of the games. Oh, we were all right about that one. So chat, you guys are getting close to 50% on the week. Good shit. Boom. All right, so we're doing good. All right, gonna use the restroom real quick. Be right back, guys.
Yeah, this is probably the big game-breaking play. The minions are actually even in the mid lane, and Niski just leaves to come by. And if they do not get this kill on Afromu, the game is totally different. But after this, they force this arrow play because they get Cryobot. They get the swap first. Blabber having to hit 6 before Grigg, so he actually gets a fight off of this. And this is, I mean, I'm gonna say it again. I think this is the start of Niski's roam. Was the start of all these plays.
And it was interesting, too, to kind of track how they all came about because, like probably saying, these are not necessarily roams where Froggen always could have followed. I think there were a number of times where, if you look, someone else actually pushed Niski's wave, and it's kind of like they're unlocking each other to make these plays. We saw Aatrox take it once or twice from Licorice, then we saw Blabber take it. And so people are stealing Niski's CS so that he can have this high of a proximity.
He's 41 CS down at 15 minutes, but he's only 60 gold down because of his 3 kills and assists in that early 15, plus turret plates and everything. 38.5% team proximity, so time spent around his team in that first 15 minutes, as compared to Froggen, who is about 15 percentage points lower in that category. So just 2 totally different play styles. Froggen gonna sit mid and farm, Niski gonna play the map 1.
But I do think this is one of those times where I don't think it's Froggen's fault that he got out roamed, because he would push and get what should be a good back. And then instead of like having Niski go under the turret and catch it, the jungler would just come and kill the wave, and then Niski would go somewhere else and would never need to go mid. It was really impressive to see.
Yeah, they kept up the pressure really well, where it wasn't like, you know, it's my turn to roam and now it's your turn next. It was like, it's pretty much Niski roams and then Froggen's like still catching stuff.
Right.
So it was really weird to see it, but it was I was really happy. This was what broke up the game, was the fact that Niski was actually able to get that roam off, because that swap that happens later, the Herald fight that happens there with all those deaths where Blabber gets the kill, that was literally started by Niski leaving an even wave. That's the weird thing. If you rewatch that replay, it's 5 versus 5 minions just fighting
in the mid lane.
In the mid lane, and Niski is just pieces. He just runs out, and Froggen's sitting there like,
right.
This is our lane, buddy.
That is a scary decision for a mid laner to make, right?
Oh, Froggen's
to know that if I come away with nothing there, what I have wasted in leaving the mid lane with those minions up could be disastrous for my team. But he's got the faith that if he delivers to his bot or his top side, that, as he said in that interview, anyone on that team is capable of carrying. It does bring us to our final replay here of the day. Sven's first death. It has to be watched.
Yeah.
I was so happy about this.
You saw Froggen had to flash in to punish because Sven's positioning is good, and if you dare kill this boy Sven.
Do not kill Sven because your whole team dies.
Then you make C9 angry.
Yeah, there's 3 flashes that come in to chase Dig after that.
Yeah. No, I want to know what the comms were like in that moment, you know?
But it was good because Froggen sees like Aatrox behind him, and he's like,
I'm still doing it.
But there's Finn without flash right there. Like, see you later, guys. I'm flashing in.
I mean, at that point, what was the gold deficit? It was like 8K. It was like Infernal
I
Drake's
respect
soul.
it. It was the assassination attempt.
He's like, you know what? We're probably gonna lose this game.
It was exactly what Crumbs was saying yesterday. He's like, if I were in a game against Cloud9 in the future, I would waste everything I have at my disposal just to get Sven on the death board. But that's only his first one.
He's got one more to play with.
Exactly. He's got one more that he has to pick up before it halves his KDA. So I think he's up near about 60 now, because it was a low kill game, and it was 51, plus he got about 7 or so added to
Well, he was at 51 at the start of the week, and then he had like 12, and then he got like 6 more or something. So I think he's up to like 70.
Oh, maybe he's
got like 2 more weeks of kills.
Maybe we should just let the stats people tell us these things instead of, you know,
speculate wildly,
making up numbers and hoping that we're correct. It's time for us to take a break, but after the commercial, it's Evil Geniuses versus FlyQuest. Don't touch that browser.
Oh, bubble does land. Blabber's gonna get it.
There we go. They're looking to go in. Grigg taken out. Making sure no more damage is coming in. Blabber's found the Sonic Wave. Kick into the resonating strike. Good lord, man. Grigg time for these guys. He's got the stone plate, keeping him tanky. They're on the front line. Blabber goes over the wall, and he is unstoppable.
We're finishing tower. Yeah. Nice. Abide. Nice. On next side.
DPM.
Here in spring 2020, Cloud9